Hello again. In today's lesson, we're going to dive into something that can trip up even advanced English learners. The difference between using to and for when giving instructions or explaining how to do something. You might have come across sentences like, this button is for starting the machine, or press this button to start the machine, and wondered, what's the difference? Can both be correct? And the answer is yes. You can use for and to express similar ideas, but the key is knowing the basic grammar rule behind each one. Basically, when you use for, it's followed by the gerund form of the verb, like for starting or for cleaning. And when you use to, it's always followed by the infinitive form of the verb, like to start or to clean. Today, I'll explain how to use this correctly in any situation and to help you avoid common mistakes, and show you how mastering this simple rule will make your English sound more natural. Let's get started. Okay, so now that we know a little bit the difference between for and to, let's see some examples to make this clear. For example, in this telephone, what's this button for? And you can say, this button is for turning on the phone. Or we can also say, this button is to turn on the phone. I'd also like to point out that there are actually more than two ways to say this, of course. For now, I would like to focus only on this particular grammar point. Okay, so moving on with another example. Imagine you are at a coffee machine. What is this button for? And you can say, this button is for making coffee. Or we can also say, this button is to make coffee. And here's another example. What's this button for? Once again, you can say, this button is for changing the channel. Or, this button is to change the channel. Let's do a little practice. What's this button for? What is this button for? Okay, one more. What's this button for? Okay, so you might be wondering, how do we use this in real conversation? How does it work in everyday situations? Well, let me give you some examples where you'll see exactly how this grammar rule fits into a natural conversation. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Could you please tell me what this knife is for?
Sure. This knife is for cutting steak. This knife is to cut steak.
Here's another example.
This key is for opening the front door. This key is to open the front door.
Here's another example.
These shoes are for running on the treadmill. These shoes are to run on the treadmill.
And here's one more.
This printer is for printing documents. This printer is to print documents.
Who's ready for a game?
Me too.
I want to play.
Alright, let's see how fast you can think. I'm going to throw some sentences at you, rapid fire style, and you'll only have a few seconds to decide if it's to or for. Can you keep up? Let's find out. And now, make sentences using the following cues.
I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time, got no filter, I got
Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you find this video useful. In the meantime, check this other video that I made. It's about habits. It's great. It will help you also to express talking about habits.